at the WPBL, it expands across the world. I was many that have come from all across the country, North Carolina, Kentucky, even as far as California. I even got a chance to talk to Molly Pattison's parents, and with pride and joy, they talked about how they traveled from Australia. Her friends and her family wanted to be here because this community doesn't just want to witness history, they want to be a part of it. And to keep history going this rest of this weekend, we're going to head up to CJ Silas to get us going.
Baseball fans, last night you met New York and LA. Tonight, you'll meet San Francisco and Boston. From the city by the bay, they're ready to ignite the inaugural season with passion, power, and unforgettable baseball. It's time to meet the full lineup for your San Francisco Firebells. The Firebells are led by five-time MLB All-Star, the four-time Gold Glove and Silver Slugger, and World Series champion, Matt Williams. Assistant coaches for your Firebells, Jeff England and Sam Unger. Reserves for San Francisco, number 6, Ayaka Yamamoto. Number 8, Hinano Beppu. Number 10, Liz Gilder. Number 11, Jordan Eister. Number 22, Nikki Eckert. Number 33, Samantha Gutierrez. Number 57, Rosie Del Castillo. The starting lineup for San Francisco tonight, leading off at second base, number 5, Amanda Giannelloni. Pitcher warming up in the bullpen, number 3, Kelsey Whitmore. Batting third in left field, number 18, Jill Albayati. Batting fourth at first base, number 16, Andrian LeBlanc. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 26, Alexia George. Batting sixth, in right field, number 25, Ella De Bedard. Batting seventh, right fielder, number 21, Skylar Kaplan. Batting eighth, at shortstop, number 13, Joely Leguizamon. And batting ninth, at third base, number 7, Park Chua. Baseball fans, let's hear it for your San Francisco Firebells. Representing one of America's most passionate sports cities, they're bringing determination, grit, and a relentless pursuit of victory to the inaugural WPBL. Fans, it's time to announce the full lineup for your Boston Hunters. The Hunters will be led by manager with 2004 Red Sox World Series winning closer and champion, Keith Falk. Assistant coach for the Hunters, Caravan Dew. And player coach, Beth Greenwood. Reserves for the Hunters, number 5, Suzuka Yamamoto. Number 14, Lexi Hastings. Number 18, Micah Dumais. Number 22, Sabrina Robinson. Number 30, Maria
Our visiting lineup here tonight, starting lineup for the San Francisco Firebells is presented by Horace Mann. So you can see leading things off, Gentiloni, Amanda Gentiloni, and she's getting ready to go. Right behind her is the starting pitcher for the Firebells. And Jenna, can you believe we've got to see, we'll get to see Whitmore at the plate and on the hill.
So much talent, a two-way player, the #1 overall draft pick. Circle Kelsey Whitmore in that 2 spot. She plays for Team USA, has done so for over a decade. And at the World Cup group stage just a week ago, hit .583 with a couple of home runs, 9 RBIs in just 5 games. She's going to back up Jenna Loney, and that's going to get things going for SF.
It's going to be a good one. They've got a great lineup on both sides. Both teams have 6 players that have World Cup experience from just last week, so they're pretty well balanced. And on the mound, you can see the righty. It's Rain Padgham. Padgham is being received by Greenwood here today, but Padgham's from Canada, played in the World Cup Rockford stage just last week. She was 1-1 there, started 2 games, 6 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits, and she struck out 9 in those 6 2/3.
The 12th overall pick here in the WPBL. She represents Team Canada, actually won a World Cup bronze medal back in 2024.
Well, Padgham's getting set. Here comes the first pitch, delivered by Padgham and the Hunters, and it's a strike. We're going to wait a minute because everything collected here today, just like yesterday, is very special. We've got memorabilia that will be authenticated and can be bought in an auction. The Realist is here to authenticate everything. You can look at realist.com under the WPBL section. And also, but any balls that go in the stands, that's the fun of it. If you get a ball that's coming into the stands from the ballpark, it's yours to keep. You don't have to go through an auction or anything.
We talked about this yesterday. It applies today as well. You could literally catch history, and that's why we've seen so many fans bring their gloves as well to the ballpark.
Here in the first, here comes the pitch, and that'll miss upstairs. Gentiloni, a first-rounder, drafted 8th overall. She's a Hall of Famer from Nicholls State. Swing and a miss, and there's a first strikeout here today as Gentiloni goes down swinging. And that'll bring up Kelsey Whitmore. She's the first overall pick in the WPBL draft that happened last year in November. One of the most recognized women's baseball players. She's basically the face of women's baseball.
She was named a captain, surprising to no one, for San Francisco. She actually caught the first pitch thrown out by women's baseball icon Maybelle Blair yesterday, something they had talked about and was years in the making, and they finally got to have that moment.
And what's so interesting about Kelsey is that she is so well known, like I said, the face of women's baseball, so well known, recognized that way, but she played 4 years of college softball.
She did. She played at Cal State Fullerton.
Here comes the pitch. She'll hit it hard. A one bouncer into the glove of Bryant. Long throw to first. It's in time. There's 2 away.
That was a great play, a great swing and a great play. That ball was hit hard. Bryant stuck with it. You call it the hot corner for a reason, and she's chilling. She is totally comfortable out there in a groove. You love to see it, and a fine defensive play for the Hunters.
A little celebration out there. The dance move with the music here in the stadium is Bryant. That brings up Jill Abayati here at the plate. The left fielder. She batted .375 with Team USA last week in World Cup action, group stage action. First rounder, drafted 16th overall. Abayati hits it up in the air to the right, going back, chasing after it, and that ball will hit off of the fence right off the very top, and she'll head to second base. Throw coming in, it won't be in time with 2 away. Albayati doubles. That'll get the crowd going.
Putting some power behind that swing. If you take a look, this pitch is right over the outer half of the plate, and she goes with it beautifully. Lets the ball travel. That's some power when you hit the top of the fence like that. Thought we might see the second home run in WPBL history, but instead she'll settle for 2 bases.
Just missed by inches. Today, it's a lot easier to see those balls, as yesterday, the rain coming down, and it was just cloudy all day. We went into, you know, the dark of night, as we have on Andriane LeBlanc. She bet at 500 for Canada just last week. Talk about power. She's got it. LeBlanc, as I mentioned, played for Canada last week. 4 games, 6 hits. Batted 500, scored 5 runs, and drove in 5. She's got one right here at second base to drive in. 2 away. This ball is lifted, and it'll come into the stands. All right, we see Zettelmoyer there, Alyssa, that played yesterday with the Heights. I didn't know if we were showing her because she caught that foul ball. But we see, as yesterday, Queens won the ball game. It was an exciting one, 10-8, you know, getting close to even maybe possibly extra innings, but they came back and won it. So game 1 went to the Queens. They're in the stands right now signing autographs. Righty-lefty matchup. This ball is launched into right field, and that one will hit off the wall too. But rounding third base, headed home, standing up, and run number 1 goes to the Firebells.
That's what you want to do as the cleanup hitter, clean the bases, and she does that, brings in the RBI. That's upstairs. She gets on plane with it, sends it nearly out of here as well, turning on that pitch. What a start that we're seeing so far for the Firebells.
Alexia George will step up to the plate. She tripled for she doubled, rather, for Team USA. 3 for 5 last week in 3 games, drove in 3. That ball, though, that we just saw being launched into right, actually those 2 fly balls hitting off the fence, they looked, I don't know what it is, but it looks like it's going to go over the fence here, and something is keeping it in. We do see a lot of wind here. We saw a lot blowing left to right. Talked to the fielders yesterday. They talked about that wind, and I thought maybe it's just, you know, on a day that's a rainy day like that, but we can see right now it's still blowing, and I think it's keeping actually some of the balls in this ballpark on the right side. It's 290 down the line, 310 in the gaps, and 330 straight center. So George digs in. League players, and she's signing autographs. Maggie yesterday had an excellent game, went 2 for 2, scored 2 runs, drove into the base, came in relief and pitched. And Keith Falk here, he's the manager for the Hunters. As I mentioned, he's a World Series champion too, just like his counterpart on the other side, Matt Williams. A 0.64 ERA across 11 appearances in the 2004 postseason with the Red Sox. And look at that, 191 career saves in 11 seasons. So stepping up to the plate for the Hunters is Kate Blunt, the second baseman. She'll take first pitch, and it's a strike right at the belt, delivered by Kelsey Whitmore. Well, tonight's starting lineup for the Hunters is presented by Horace Mann. Kate Blunt, she's at the plate, leading things off, facing Kelsey Whitmore right now. And Jenna, what else can you tell us about the Hunters lineup?
Well, there came to play right there, taking a nice little swing there early on in the count here with Kelsey Whitmore. But she on the bump, first of all, we talked about how she's the first overall pick. She's the captain. She also pitched in the World Cup recently with Team USA. She's been in multiple professional leagues before this, was known as the first woman to play in the Atlantic League, with the men. You, of course, know her from Banana Ball as well, but now here she is making history.
And it seems like every stop that she has made is making history. And, you know, we heard her talking about it as far as just like looking back at her 6-year-old self. This is where she really wanted to be, not playing with the guys, but looking to her left, looking to her right, and playing with women. Ground ball right side, easy toss to first base, and Blunt is retired. So there's one out here for the Hunters in the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the defense behind Whitmore. Oh, you got LeBlanc there at first base, and Jenna at second. She's got a great defense behind her in the outfield too.
Gentiloni making a nice play right there, moving to her left really well. A nice first step, made that play look routine. Could have snuck through the 3-4 hole.
And now Edith DeLea at the plate. She's from Mexico, actually played for Team Mexico in the World Cup group stage action in Rockford. And the top of the lineup, the first 6 batters that you'll see from the Hunters, they were all playing last week, so they're tuned up and ready to go here for the WPBL. DeLea batted .545 last week, a double, drove in 6. Righty-lefty matchup. Whitmore goes right at the knees inside, catches that edge and throws the strike by her.
That was a nice spot. That's really the key, and it was difficult in the rain yesterday. I mean, we didn't talk about enough how hard it is when you have that much moisture in the air. It's windy. Pitchers were affected. Fielders were affected. But now we got beautiful weather here for day 2 and for both of these teams debuting in the WPBL. And a key part of the game for both sides is going to be precision on the mound. Whitmore so far looking good.
And there's Sato. She was the starting pitcher yesterday for the Queens, signing autographs. A weak ground ball once again to the second baseman, and easy toss. There's 2 away.
That was like deja vu. Busy on the right side of the infield. Gentiloni ready for it, though. I love it. Calm, cool, collected. Got the game face on. Of course, the eye black. She's actually the first signee for the WPBL as well. Another way to make history.
And at the plate is the pitcher for the Hunters. She'll take first pitch right at the letters, Rain Padgham. You'll see that on both sides today. Both pitchers are in the lineup. Padgham here in the 3 spot, Whitmore in the 2 spot.
Yeah, not just in the lineup, but in key places in the order, in that top part where you're really relying on them to help themselves out. So that frame job right there, you love to see that effort. That is what catchers do for their pitchers. George is her battery mate back there today.
And the 1-2 she watches sail away. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Padgham. What an international lineup this is for the Hunters. Blunt from the U.S. After that, DeLea from Mexico here in De Bedard and Kaplan and Leguizamon.
Started playing baseball at 3 years old. 3 years old. She is an example of this dream, to be able to pursue playing baseball well into your life, well on beyond just as a kid giving it up or switching to softball, getting a chance to represent women's baseball at this stage and getting the call to start the first time that your team is taking the field for this historic season.
Boy, isn't that cool? Upstairs, right at eye level, a lot of times, you know, a batter will go after that because they see the ball right there in their eyes. Good job laying off.
I like that spot. That was down at the knees. Anything that's more elevated, that's when you see those extra base hits, right? But if you can live at the knees, get them to roll over.
And that'll put DeBehard at first base. She'll walk, and that'll bring up Skylar Kaplan, the right fielder for the Firebells. And let's take a look at the defense. But we've got Kaplan at the plate right now. She'll hit it hard, first pitch, past the diving first baseman into right. Headed to third, she'll lose her helmet. And she's getting the call at home to stop. That's Day Bedard, a double for Kaplan.
Another extra base hit for the Firebells, and she absolutely drilled this pitch inside, up and in, turns on it, gets her hands inside, gets extended. You can see the heads up base running by Day Bedard as well, taking 2 bags because she knows she can. And 2 runners in scoring position. That's a productive at bat.
And that'll bring up the number 8 hitter here for the Firebells, the shortstop, Joelle Leguizamon. She'll take first pitch. She's got 2 in scoring position right here. Watch it at the letters. She's a first-round draft pick, Leguizamon is. 9th overall.
She's another cool representation. She's from Jacksonville, Florida, but has also played on the women's national team for the Dominican Republic. So even more international experience.
Big lead for the runner at second base. That'll go out of play. Another souvenir. Leguizamon, you'll see her bat there. It's a solid black bat. Almost looks like it could be wooden. I haven't found anyone yet that wants to use a wood bat, but they're using composite right now. Can use wood or metal. Slow little dribbler to the third baseman. She'll look the runner back, throw to first, and the runners will stay at their bases. There's one away.
Routine play over at third base.
All right, AJ, are you there with Lefty right now?
I am not only here with lefty Janine Lesko, I'm also here with Gloria Rogers, 2 icons that are also a part of this iconic weekend. They played in the All-American Girls Baseball League in the 1950s, and now they're here to witness history take place again. Janine, when you look around at all the fans watching these women take the field for the first time in 70 years, how do you feel?
I feel like we've done what we came back to do, and that's to get women to have the opportunity to play baseball.
Gloria, we were just joking a little bit earlier about how we see
Basketball.
What has been your favorite part of this weekend so far? We're here in day 2. I know you both were here for day 1 as well. What has excited you the most?
People hitting the ball like that out in the outfield. They could hit them over these fences. We've been going to the MLB practices that many of these girls have attended. And I'm so thankful for the national MLB players that are here. They've taught them so well and given them such an opportunity to girls be able to play baseball or softball, but to not have to go and play